pay close attention right now, because this course has a few parts that are going to be really confusing, and you have chances to mess it up. If you hit a cone, it's penalty. KJ will say exactly what it is. I think it's 10 seconds per.
Thank you for joining us. This is Paul Wilson, and it is day 4 of Diesel Power Challenge 2018, and we are at part 3 of day 4, which is kind of confusing here, right? So day 4, the competitors actually go through 3 challenges. They started this morning with the trailer race. That's an 1/8 mile race with 11,500 pounds loaded on a 20-foot, a combined weight for the trailer. So with the trailer and the apparatus, 11,500 pounds, they hook it up to their truck, and they run an 1/8 mile drag race with it. No catastrophic failures during this event, which was very surprising and very impressive from all of the competitors. You can really see over the years this competition has stepped up. This is probably one of the most well-prepared groups of competitors we've seen. Then it comes into quarter-mile drag racing. We did have somebody have some issues there, so you'll hear a little bit about that. But the quarter-mile drag race is where a lot of these guys were hoping to shine. There was quite a few competitors who really thought that they were going to be killing it out here. There's a couple of surprises that went on throughout the quarter-mile drag race, so hopefully you guys got to hear all of that. And then, of course, now we're at the final event of day 4, which is the trailer cone course. There are a couple of things I want to give you a heads up before we cut to some of the live audio here. Number 1, I call it an obstacle course until a point in the day where KJ Jones, the editor of Diesel Power magazine, reminds me that it is not an obstacle course. It is clearly just a cone course. There are no obstacles. So the cones are the only things out there. So it is a cone course. But you will hear me use the incorrect terminology throughout the day. Number 2, there are quite a few updates that I get from employees at Diesel Power or Truck Trend Network or some sort of affiliate or employee of the event going on. I don't always get their names. I'm really bad with it. I definitely apologize. We're going to do a wrap-up episode and give some credits to everybody that got involved. But anytime that I'm getting the times, the update on who the times are and what the times are standing throughout the day, that is from a Diesel Power employee. Same thing when we're doing the course walkthrough. I got to walk with the drivers through the cone course. It may be a little confusing throughout that episode to hear us talk about turns and radiuses and cones here and there, but I do think it gives a kind of overall feeling of what it was like for the drivers, who were honestly, even though they're looking at it, just as confused as you will be listening to it. And I think that's an important element of what it felt like to be at the 3rd event of day 4 of Diesel Power Challenge and what these guys are put through. You know, they're put through a lot of stress on the truck right away first thing in the morning. Then they quarter-mile drag race it a couple hours later, and now they're up here doing a trailer cone course. It's just wild to see how quickly they need to adapt, how quickly they need to change, and how at times they come together and how at times it all falls apart. But for today, this is day 4 trailer cone course, and I'm going to kick it over to me talking with as many of the drivers as I could before the actual event got started. So here we go. All right, we are here getting ready, day 4, final leg of the competition. This has been a long day, huh, Shane?
You know, it's hot out here. I think everyone's felt the heat. Surprisingly, the truck's been doing really well. Trailer towing, I think, is going to be interesting. We have anywhere from my truck being a manual valve body, there's a 6-speed truck, some drag trucks, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, same weight that you guys raced with this morning. Now you have to pull that same trailer through an obstacle course, or more specifically a cone course that they've set up here. How do you feel about this part of the competition?
Well, we actually wired up trailer brakes. My buddy Kyle hooked me up, and when we first started to go down the drag strip, I tested them, and it actually locked them up. So I'm going to dial down my trailer brakes. That shouldn't be any problem. And then I think the rest is just coming down to knowing how to back up a trailer and navigate cones.
I mean, you start off with a 100-foot reverse shot. That's the beginning of the course. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's either going to go straight or not, so we'll see what happens.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you much, and congratulations. Can't wait to see how this one shakes out for you.
Thank you.
All right, day 4. We're at the trailer cone course. Trey Hutton's truck being hooked to the trailer right now. Looks like he is supervising the attachment of the trailer. Trey, how do you feel about the event?
Loving it.
We talked
about not turning.
We talked a little bit before. Everybody has some different ideas, but now the real question: are you going to spool it up off the line, or are you going to walk it out?
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady. He's sticking with that. We're watching. We're going to see if you stick with it. I got Travis Richards lined up here for the obstacle course. How do you feel about this event?
It should go pretty smoothly. Try not to hit any cones and get where we need to go.
Do you think this event proves something to drivers at home?
Yeah, this is all driver skill. I mean, you don't have to have an 8-second truck, or you don't have to have 1,200 horse, or it's driver error.
Okay, awesome, man. How do you feel about it? You feel like you got this one down?
Yeah, we should be all right. I mean, being the longest truck here, I think that might put a little challenge on it, but we'll be all right.
Longer wheelbase, better turning radius, right?
Yeah, sure.
Ish, right? Ish. Yeah, they say that. We'll see if it's true. Well, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
No problem. That's Travis Richards getting ready for the trailer race event. Trailer obstacle course, I guess is what we're going to call it. Trailer obstacle course. Zach Scholes rolling down the window like I'm a police officer, checking him at the stops here, only giving me a crack of the window. All right, so Zach Scholes, I got him here right before the trailer obstacle course. How do you feel about this event?
Right now I'm sitting in the air conditioning and it feels great. As far as the event goes, we're gonna try and do decent.
Well, you can't red light on this one, so no problems there.
Man, you got jokes. You're killing me. But no, like I say, as long as we don't run over any cones or run over any helpers or anything, I think we'll be all right.
Good stuff. Do you drive with a trailer a lot on that truck?
We have. We've pulled actually we've pulled gravity wagons and header carts with that truck before. So anymore, it just sits in the barn and we use our regular cabs. But we're gonna try and send it on the backstretch.
I like it, man. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Zach Scholes getting ready for trailer obstacle course. All right, so I think you got a pretty good feeling. Nobody is overly confident. I think that's an understatement for this course. I have poked around and joked about a couple of the events here at Diesel Power Challenge in the past and said that they don't really matter in any, what does this prove? Who does this, right? But there is, when you're here and you see it, when you're here and you watch these guys trying to figure out how the hell am I going to get through this, it is a challenge. This is a very serious challenge. And so to see these guys just give it everything they can, try to run the best strategy. It's hard, man. It is a really, really a hard course to do in a truck with a heavy trailer on. So you'll hear about, I'm sure you guys just heard about some of the guys with their plans with spray and no spray and things like that. Just wait until you hear what happens. Day 4 of Diesel Power Challenge. I'm here with KJ Jones, editor of Diesel Power Magazine and man in charge of the event. All new course.
All new course, Paul. For the last 3 years, we've had the same course, and not that these guys would know what that course is. They do have alumni, coaches and guys in their crew who might remember it, but it's not a matter of, in case they do or not. We just thought we'd change things up. Again, it's a challenge. You have to get through it, and we don't, it's up to us to make things different or keep things the same. So we elected to change it up, put a little more difficulty in it, and we can see what they can do.
Now, they're pulling a trailer around this event today. How big's the trailer?
The trailer is 20 feet. It's a 20-foot trailer combined with their trucks. I don't know what that length will be, but it's a 20-foot deck trailer, and the combined weight with the apparatus on it and the trailer is about 11,500.
So just like trailer racing this morning, that same setup then? Same
setup, single, they'll hook up, they'll just basically drag it around this cone course. We no longer call it the obstacle course because there are no obstacles. It's just a cone course. So they'll set up, at the horn they'll go, the clock will start, they'll run around through the cones and through the cones and around the cones, get back to the stop box, the final stop box, and that's it, just for time.
Awesome. And then they do have to back up with the trailer as a part of the event, right?
They have to back up several times. They open up with a 100-foot backup right over there. 100-foot reverse with a trailer.
That sounds fucking terrible. I just for some of the guys here who I've been asking, like, hey, how do you feel about trailers? They're like, yeah, I pulled my boat one time to the water.
Exactly. You know, you pull your boat to the water, you take your race car to the track, and I get it. Everybody has towed, but there are some guys that think they're CDL truckers, and we're going to find out if they are or not.
I love it. This is another make or break challenge from Diesel Power Challenge 2018 getting underway. So to get a little clarification here, Rubbin's racing, but if a cone goes over, that's the penalty.
Correct, that is a penalty. If they stay up and wobble, no big deal. If they fall down, it's a penalty.
Good clarification, thank you. Andrew Morrison walking it out of the gate. That seems to be the way everybody's going with this. Nobody's really giving it a hard hole shot to get started with the trailer cone course. Andrew Merriman now has got him in reverse. He's headed down this 100-foot backup spot. This has been one of the toughest sections of the course by far. Guys are having a hard time keeping speed up through here, and the problem is that if you get going and you're on the wrong line, you're not going to take down one cone like maybe some of the corners. You're going to end up taking down a bunch of them. So Trey Hutton let us know he had some issues lining it up, pulled forward, straightened it out, lined it up. He'd rather do that and take 1 or 2 seconds to do it right as opposed to take a bunch of penalties. So now we have Andrew to the farthest back point of the 100-foot backup. He's slowing down a little bit. He is crawling through this section. He's really going to have to get on it to make up the time here. All right, he has officially creeped through the 100-foot backup. He now has to go into the backup box. The trailer simply needs to break the plane of the backup box. So anything in the break in the plane counts. There's the buzzer. He is able to pull forward. He's got this thing in gear. Slowly walking it out. Not sure what the strategy was there, if he was fighting something, but he's got it moving now. Got to go around the big bend. This radius to this bend changes about halfway through, so it's really gentle in and then sharp out. He is through there. Now he's got to get hot and come across this course at a diagonal. Slow and steady seems to be the strategy here. Gets on it a little bit. Get it back through the opening curve. It's through there now, making it look easy. Take your time, go slow. He's looking in back, making sure he's good. The hood stack pretty much creates a situation where he's not going to be able to see anything out of his passenger side mirror. So he is turned around looking backwards out of the back windshield. He has got his head out of the truck, looking out of the driver's side. Now he's got to back up, and he's got to put this trailer back in the parking stall. This is a really, really hard part of it. We saw Trey Hutton have some issues here. Zach made it look really easy. Here he is coming in. Looks like he's going to make it nice and smooth. The horn. I think he is our first competitor with no penalties. Great job. Cody Cook underway here. Hard pull out of the start. Come around the corner nice and easy. No cone penalties. Slammed it into the stop spot for the 100-foot backup, just like everybody else. Nice and easy through the backup section here. So 100 feet straight, backing up with a trailer. It is much harder than it sounds to do at speed while everybody's staring at you, while you're on Facebook Live, while you're on the longest day of Diesel Power Challenge, while you know your truck has to perform with a good time if you're going to stay in this competition. You know, when we started, these guys all talked about just being here, happy to be here, friends with each other, yada, yada, yada. As the time has worn on, as the heat has gone up, as the competition is pressed, these guys want it. Some of these guys, they can taste it. They know they've done good. They know they're sitting in a sweet spot in the points, and they are going to do everything they can to try to make it to the top spot for the Diesel Power Challenge 2018. Trey Hutton's run is underway. He walked it out of the starting line around the first corner. No cones. He's backing up right now, so he's got this thing lined up. I've been told that Trey drives a semi for a living, so we'll see. Does he have those semi-driving skills that isn't going to make a difference here at the cone course for Diesel Power Challenge 2018? Looks pretty straight. He's probably the fastest so far in reverse. I'll give him that. Well, the fastest with a trailer in reverse so far. I think the boys with the rental cars worked it pretty hard there. Backing into that first backup box. He just has to break the plane. Oh, he snaked it pretty hard there. I'm not really sure what the strategy was. The wheel just got away from him. Broke the plane. He's good. Get it and drive and go. Come on, Trey. Get on it. He is slow and steady. Trey told us he was going to play slow and steady. He let us know he wasn't going to try to flog on the truck. Wasn't going to have his foot on the floor. He wanted to get through this with no penalties and thinking that's going to be the strategy to get him the best overall time. So far, it's working for him. Now he's doing the big cut across. All right, he's got to loop it around through that first curve. Coming through the curve now. Pretty good speed. I think he really has a feeling for this. He's on it now. There you go. Floor it. Get across the course. He's got a pull-in box here. Broke the plane. Touch the cone. Get it in reverse and go. Come on, Trey. Move that thing across the course. He's just got to drop the trailer into the original parking stall. This is a tough corner. It's a tight turn. He's got it. He rolled over a cone, but that did not knock anything over. Rubbin is racing. Oh, I think he's going to take one there. But he hasn't broke the plane yet. This has been the hardest spot by far for Trey. He's done everything else seemingly with ease. Did see a cone there. Oh, just one cone right at the end. Tough break for Trey Hutton. Really, really smooth run. Really smooth driving. Nice transitional speed. To see him knock over a cone right here at the very end of it, right in the backup box, the final backup box, the parking stall. Bit of a heartbreaker for him, I'm sure. We'll have to give him a hard time and see if that's going to count against him on his CDL.
Yeah. He had a perfectly clean run. Total time was 258.3. Puts him in 4th place so far.
258.3. Okay, so Scholes had a 229.89 total. Burke had a 244.82. Hutton 229.63, and Morrison in at a 258.3. Good stuff. Looks like Shane Merriman's going to be next up for the trailer cone course. Should be a pretty interesting truck to see make it around this track. Shane Merriman in the truck, getting ready to take off. A little bit of discussion with his pit crew here. Final adjustments on the mirrors. Wants to make sure he can see behind him for some of this backup section. Dialing it in. Wants to be right. All right, Shane, how do you feel?
Good. Yeah, my little Pinto mirrors is going to get me through this, hopefully.
You going to launch it off the line? You going to spool up?
Is that what the crowd wants? They want to see some spool?
That's what my listeners want for sure.
A little bit of nitrous?
Of course.
All right, we're going to do it.
I love it. All right. About to get underway with Shane Merriman. Says he's going to give it a hard launch right off the line. Oh, he's spooling up already. Diesel Power Challenge officials here asking him how he wants to do this. Does he want a second to spool up? Does he want to blow nitrous? Shane's feeling good. He's nice and calm in this competition. Cool as a cucumber, ready to rock and roll. Spooling, spooling, spooling. Off. Here he is, hard into the first corner. It's probably only 50 feet to jump into that first corner, so it's a real tight launch before you got to slam on the brakes, hook this thing around. Made it through without hitting any cones. Comes across now. He's going to pull up straight and then back down that 100-foot shot. The Diesel Power crew having to run to get out of his way. He will hit you. He's got it in reverse. He's lining it up. I wouldn't say he's necessarily walking it. He's trying to give it some throttle. Shane is not scared to give it what he's got for this competition, that's for sure. Pretty good speed for the backup here. He's nice and smooth, rolling right through that 100-foot straight reverse. Just about through it already here. Now he's got to just put the back of the trailer to break the plane for this first backup box. We'll hear a horn. Got it. Get it in drive. All right, getting after it. Coming around that corner there with the changing radius. Has to brake hard throughout it, but he gets it. Now he's going to come up hard across, making sure. Oh, I think he got a cone. Big hook there. Brings it back into that first corner. Taking it easy. I don't know if he's got the right line for this one. He might end up hitting these cones on the way out with the trailer. Oh, I can't tell him on the other side of the truck. He may have just barely squeaked through. No cones down. Hard across the line into the only pull-up box here. Has to hit it, break the plane. Now he's got to back it into the parking stall. Oh, he's coming at this parking stall hot. Turned a little early. He's got a funky angle. He's got to hook it hard here. Got to hook it hard. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Give it to him. And the horn. Real good show from Shane Merriman. He definitely got after it, used that throttle as much as he can. I know he took at least one penalty out there. We'll see if there's any more and check in shortly for an official time and a word from Shane when he's done. Alan Burke is hooked up to the trailer for the trailer cone course here at Diesel Power Challenge 2018. Getting underway, he's been given the choice to spool up before they start the horn or if he just wants to roll it out. Zach Scholes passed on spooling it up. It's a real short jump from where the trailer starts to where that first curve is. And I think he just didn't want to overpower it and smoke the brakes going through. We'll see what Alan Burke chooses. He's been a little bit behind in the competition thus far. He had a good day at the drag races, in the middle of the pack for trailer racing. We'll see how he does here with the cone course. Walks it out, takes the first corner deep. Coming around, no cones. Makes it through the first corner with no cone penalties. That's where, oh, I just saw it on the way out. He did move one. I saw KJ signal. He's got to pull across the course now. He's lining up to throw it in the 100-foot reverse section. This is a really tight section here, so the width is just enough to fit the truck in the trailer. A little bit of breathing room on either side, but not much at all. So we're seeing for the second time here going real slow entering this line. If you're off a little bit and you start reversing, you're just going to knock down cone after cone after cone. So here we are with this long shot of reverse. Alan definitely taking his time. Some may even say too slow. I think he bumped a cone. I didn't see anything go down, but he pulled forward, threw it back in reverse, wanted to line up and get a good straight shot at that. Still coming down nice and slow. Bringing it back, not sure if we bumped another cone there. He's a little tight, he's got a bit of the wobbles, a bit of the left and right to keep that trailer there. Now he's got to back the trailer into a small rectangular section, and the trailer just has to break the plane of that rectangle. They were down there, yep, they're down there with a horn. They let him know, hey, you're good, you're there, get it in for drive and go. Pulls out of the back end section. The back end box comes around a big bend. This is a changing radius, so the radius of that bend changes as they come through it. Coming across the course, this is a spot to pick up some speed. Alan has opted to go a little slow. People on the course pointing him in the right direction. He's come back through that first curve, right where they open up with. He bumped one cone on the way in. Oh, Robin's racing. Cone did not go over. You heard the whole crowd wince there. This comes down, he has to pull into a pull-in box. Pulls in, he's in reverse. He's just got to come across the back now and flip that trailer into the back end box for the trailer. The whole trailer has to make it into this last back end box. This is a tough one. I think he turned too late. He's got it curved. It's going in. They're ready with the horn. Boom, bumped. Alan Burke with a solid showing. Took his time in the course. I think he picked up a penalty, but I'm seeing just one. The team is signaling back and forth. They're trying to get a final count on the penalty cones. Hang tight and see what we figure out here. Was it just one penalty? You're good, you're good. Trying to grab the guys before it's official. One penalty, it is confirmed. One penalty.
Time was 2:34.82.
2:34.82 with one penalty. Right now, that puts him better than the semi. Zach Scholes, hell of a finish there to the run. Hell of a finish to the run. Zach, how'd that feel?
I was kind of bummed on that the first time around. I just caught that cone. I'm really glad I backed up real slow, but once we come around that corner, it was going.
Looked great at the end there, man. Excellent finish to it.
Thank you very much.
No problem. So that's the first one here for the trailer cone course. They're letting Zach know stay still for right now before they going to get the live feed done, and then they'll get him unhooked, and we'll see who's up next.
Hell, the breeze is nice up here.
I'm here with Alan Burke immediately after the trailer cone course. Alan, how'd it go?
Went good. I only had one cone right out of the hole, but the worst section I had was the backup, though, the long section back to 100 foot. I had to pull forward, but I was like, well, I'll play it safe, take a couple-second loss rather than multiple cones, which is a lot more time. So I just bumped the nitrous a few times coming out of the dead stops from backing up or pulling forward. So felt like a good run. I don't know what the time is, but hopefully it was decent.
It was 230 something with the penalty.
That's not bad, then. I'm happy with that.
You beat the semi.
Fair enough.
Okay, you did end up using the nitrous. I was asking guys before the event who's going to use nitrous, who's not. You said maybe a little. How do you think that played to your advantage?
I wasn't sure, but I was just going to see how the truck pulled when I got going. I hit it right out of the hole a couple times just to get the truck to life, and I only got a 30 jet in, and it definitely helped out. I think just that little bit of snap to it. So we're good now.
Awesome, man. Well, congrats and good luck on our final event for the sled pulls.
Thank you.
Okay, Andrew Morrison has just completed the trailer cone course. Andrew Morrison just completed the trailer cone course. Steady and smooth, huh?
Yeah, tried to play it slow. I heard I didn't knock any cones down. That's good. I heard the time was a little bit higher than everybody else's, but, you know, just tried to not knock any cones down. I knew that's what I was going to try to do. I tried to power through a couple spots, and Charger's about to cut the truck off with a smoke show, which I knew would happen, but, you know, we did the best we could.
Yeah, man, it looked really solid. You were definitely smooth out there. No penalties. That's something to be said for that. Now it's sled pull time from here on out. How do you feel about the sled pulls tomorrow?
We'll have to see where we stand in the points, you know, depending on how hard I really want to push it. But I plan to give everybody a show. That's what I came here for. So we plan to just, you know, pull as much as we can and spray what we can to get to the good number to the end of the track.
Well, congratulations and good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're coming up on Garrett Osane, who made it back today for the trailer cone course. Garrett, how'd it go?
Awful. Pretty embarrassing, really.
Garrett, you were a strong front runner through the first three legs of the competition here. What happened at the drag strip during qualifying?
It turned out we blew up the transmission pump.
Oh, no, so it wasn't an input shaft. It was the transmission pump.
It ended up being the pump, grenaded that, so we went and got one from O'Mara Ford, put a new converter in, and we're back, ready to play.
Well, fast turnaround time. Big shout out for your guys' pit crew. What went wrong today? What happened?
Trying to be fast, got myself in a bind, and I kind of just said, all right, we're screwed now, push through it.
Gotcha. Well, good luck on the rest of the challenge, man, and great job today. It looked good. You were trying to go fast. I get it.
Thanks, man.
All right, Garrett, straight back, man. Reset it.
All right, coming in here to get a little feedback. Cody Cook on the trailer cone course. How'd it go?
Horrible.
Horrible. What happened?
Hit too many cones and went a little too slow.
Okay, so a little bit of both. So you were trying to go steady and smooth, though, huh?
Yeah, that was the plan, but yeah, it just didn't work out.
I heard you clearly. It definitely was your pit crew's fault.
That's for sure.
Good stuff, man. Well, it was a good show. Congrats. I can't wait to see you at the track tomorrow. Any prep tonight for the sled pulls?
I got to put the front drive shaft in, and I don't know. We'll see on what happens tonight. I might try and drag race tonight. So
I was literally just going to ask, are you guys going to take this thing down the hill and go put it on the track a couple more times tonight?
Yeah, I think so. Make sure the trans is all right, and we'll see in the first one or two runs, I guess.
Best way to test a trans is to beat a trans. I dig it. Thank you so much, Cody.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Trey Hutton after the cone course with the trailer. You were slow, you were steady, you were easy. It looked great. You backed up faster than anybody else down the 100-foot backup. You put it in the box, across the course. It was so smooth and clean. What happened at the end, man?
Turning got hard. I was kind of getting lazy on some of the turns. I knew I was, and it just kind of went downhill at one point. So,
do you have a CDL and drive truck for a living?
Yes, I do. I'm certified Class A CDL. I drive, anything from farm trucks, concrete trucks, and so on.
When your bosses see that backup into the final stall, what do you think they'll say?
Oh, he's going to be happy for me.
Trey Hutton, great show, man. Great job. I hated to see the cone at the end, but hopefully you still come out with a good time.
Thank you very much.
Cody Cook coming across the cone course here, back into the first curve. This is absolutely terrible audio that I'm recording, Anthony. I am going to scrap 90% of what I've recorded today. What do you think about that?
I just hope somebody finds interest in it, man.
You and me both, brother. You and me both. All right, trailer cone course coming up on Travis Richards. Travis, not really the showing you were looking for out there. What happened, bud?
Mirror's broke.
Travis pointed to his mirror. There is a crack in the mirror.
Oh, there's more. It's shattered. But yeah, I couldn't see anything on that side, but it is what it is. Truck's still alive, so we'll go pulling tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, you had a couple of tough spots with the cones. Time was looking okay, but the cones really kind of, once you hit one, they start going down, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Something this long, I mean, it's hard to maneuver in something that small, so it is what it is. We're here, so enjoy it.
Okay, good stuff, man. Well, congrats and good luck tomorrow at the sled pulls. We'll be looking to see this thing make a big show.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Zach Scholl's only taking 2 cone penalties is the final confirmation here on the track. 2 cone penalties throughout the event. Very, very impressive. If you guys are watching this on the Facebook live feed, or if you guys haven't, I should say, go check this out on the Facebook live feed. Very impressive showing from the 6-liter Ford. He's had a rough start to the challenge, but hopefully this one definitely pushed him up in the points. Okay, guys, that's going to conclude today's trailer cone course. It has been a gauntlet. I'll tell you what, for all you guys out there who watch this on the live feed, who've read through the articles throughout the years, it looks easy. I thought it was going to be easy. I thought all these guys were going to fly through this thing. It was just tough, man. It was hard on the drivers. It's hard to see the trailers behind you. It's hard to remember the course. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this, and it's not something you really can prepare for at home. So big shout out to all of the competitors today. I think everybody just tried to give it their all. Big shout out to the staff from Diesel Power Magazine and XDP for putting on Diesel Power Challenge 2018. We'll talk to you again tomorrow for the final conclusion, sled pull time.